We have a very exciting discussion planned for this afternoon. It's really talking about the role of AI in the wealth management industry, how AI can really continue to cement client service and trust, so important in what we do today, but also help us as a firm and our clients in terms of transformational changes ahead as well. And to do that discussion, I'm absolutely delighted today to be joined by Phil Dundas, the Chief Technology Officer of AlTi Tiedemann. Welcome, Phil. And of course, Mark Swan, who is CEO of Nevis, probably one of the leading AI platforms serving the wealth management industry. Welcome, Mark, as well. I'm looking forward to today's discussion. Going to be super interesting. Let's dive in. Let's start with the role of AI in the wealth management industry. AI is transforming so many industries, but let's focus on wealth management, which is what we do. Can you talk a little bit about how it's operating already today and your vision for the types of changes we think we can bring, not only you, but obviously working with Nevis as well?
Yeah,
Phil?
of course. Well, think about where an advisor spends their time, Nancy. It's often wrangling information from all sorts of sources, pulling that together, reconciling it, making sure that everything is accurate, and then having to assemble all of that for client content, presentations, meetings. That's a lot of work. AI has fundamentally shifted that. What used to take hours and days is now able to be done in minutes and even seconds in some cases. So that has compressed and accelerated significantly the amount of time the advisor no longer needs to be spending doing those very heavy administrative tasks and really enabling them to spend time, much more quality time, working with their clients.
Quality time on the things that the client cares about, which is not necessarily the administration. So really 100%. Powerful. Mark, share your view as well, because this was your vision in starting Nevis.
At Nevis, we saw the opportunity for AI to really help supercharge advisors and actually help them better serve their existing clients. Yeah. Right? I think a misconception has been that AI may replace the advisor.
Hope not.
And actually we see the opportunity of AI helping the advisor to actually better serve their clients. And as Phil mentioned, if you look at the day-to-day job of an advisor, we estimate that about 80% of their time is spent on those administrative tasks. These are things that now AI can actually help streamline to help advisors then spend more time with their clients or actually expand the number of services that they are offering to those clients as well.
And that was really your vision in starting the company, to be able to use AI as a vertical directly in the wealth management industry.
Exactly, and I think that there's a distinction that's important, which is, you have these horizontal point solution AI solutions and deeper vertical solutions like Nevis, which are wealth management specific, understand the day-to-day work of an advisor and their teams, understands the client's needs, has deep integrations into wealth management specific connectors, whether that is custodians and others. But that deeply vertical platform can then provide the most value to advisors so they can provide the most value to their clients.
And then Phil, how did you choose Nevis? Because you must have been thinking about integration and capabilities.
We spent a long time looking at the various options we had out there. As Mark touched on, there's horizontal platforms that are almost non-industry specific, that sort of a cross-functional. But what we realized is that they were not servicing the depth of experience and complexity that we have in servicing our clients. And so we wanted to pick a platform that was vertical, very focused on wealth management, but one that was going to integrate with our existing systems, sit on top of them, rather than a wholesale, rip and replace of what we already had. We considered, do we build something? Do we buy something? But ultimately we determined that the best solution was going to be one that integrated with our existing systems, and that's really what Nevis has achieved for us. And so it's really been a fantastic partnership with Mark and the team at Nevis, and being able to identify that this is a really fit for purpose solution for us, and I think is very well suited for our ultra high net worth clients.
And of course, with the domain expertise that you've had. Mark, you might talk a little bit about your background starting the company. You're an entrepreneur. Clearly you know the industry, so maybe you can comment on that as well.
Yeah, so we founded Nevis back in late 2024. So we've been around for just over about a year now. We've helped scale and serve some of the fastest growing and largest wealth management firms in the US, and we're incredibly delighted to be partnering with AlTi as one of our largest enterprise customers. We've also scaled our team. We work with some of the best AI engineers in the industry. And
they're hard to find, though, aren't they?
Incredibly hard to find. Incredibly hard to find.
Yeah.
And we put them in the same room with people who have been operators or even former advisors, so that we can deeply understand the workflows that advisors do on a day-to-day basis and build a product that is best suited to help them. And so it's been an incredible journey finding the business to now. We've been scaling pretty significantly, and incredibly proud to be now working with AlTi and delivering value for your teams.
And that domain expertise is really what's come through in working with Nevis. I think that a lot of the partners that we considered working with, they had very, very deep technical expertise, but that was missing from the wealth management space. And so working with Mark, and based on him and his team's experience, finding a partner in Nevis that is so aligned to the industry that we work in, but also that they really understand the challenges day to day of the advisor, servicing the very complex portfolios of our clients, that was a game changer for us, and a big reason the part that we've chosen to work with Nevis.
And maybe you could both comment on, what does partnership mean, in the technology world today? What does that mean in terms of why you chose them and how you integrate into organizations?
What we see is, in the way we deliver our product to our customers, is we understand that every wealth management firm is slightly different, right? AlTi looks different from the next firm, and how you service your clients looks different, and that's why your clients pick you. What that means in practice is the operational processes that power and run your business are different, right? And you need a product that allows to configure for that complexity, but also you want to have a partner that actually can help you with that behavior change, right? We all know that technology is one part, but you also need to be able to help advisors adopt this new technology and get the most out of it. And so at Nevis, what we do is we have the product, which the advisors get access to, but we also have teams of deployment, solution engineers and forward deployed engineers that work with our larger enterprise customers like AlTi, and actually have a much more white glove, hands-on experience, really trying to get the most value out of the product, so that advisors are getting maximum usage out of it, but also to help kind of reorchestrate some of the business processes that a business runs on, so you get the most out of AI and efficiencies that Nevis can offer.
So you're in situ, partner.
Exactly. Yeah.
Working side by side with our advisors, which is really powerful. Phil, can you talk about trust? Because that's so important in our industry. This doesn't replace the advisor. This is about, as we've talked about, really adding innovation to cement that trust and give the advisor more time to spend with their clients. Yes. And how did you think about that?
You're spot on there, Nancy. Certainly the message that we certainly wouldn't want any clients to take away is that AI is going to replace what our advisors do. It's a support tool. It enables them. It allows them to do their job a lot more efficiently, a lot more effectively. But it's certainly a platform that makes them more effective at what they're doing, but it's not trying to take away the core responsibilities of owning and managing and leading that relationship with their clients.
Just add on to this, so it's just that AI, there's a ton of AI solutions in the market today, right? I have a huge amount of sympathy for the end customer as a wealth manager, whether it's it's sitting in a seat of a CTO or even a CEO of a wealth management firm. And I think that what the question you should be asking is just, what is the value of getting back, right? To a system.
Right, great question.
And I think that, again, you can buy some AI point solution off the shelf, and you may have marginal productivity improvements, right? What is really going to deliver value back to firms is that more high touch approach, where platform and people can actually help transform businesses.
Yes.
And I think that it's firms like AlTi who understand that today are going to be the ones that actually lead and transform the industry going forward. And it's the firms who are still at kind of buying all these little different AI point solutions who I think will be left behind as a result.
And that was really your vision when you were thinking about Nevis. It has to integrate, it has to reflect our workflows, it has to reflect the value that we can bring to clients.
100%. The reality is the AI ship has sailed. If you're not already on board, then you are already left behind.
Correct.
The reality came down to picking a platform that was really going to align with the complexity of our clients' portfolios and provide all of the governance and the support systems and the structure around all of that. And that's where Nevis really had it in spades over the other competing platforms we were looking at.
Last thing to add into that, it's just trust and security is super important.
Yes.
For both sides. Right?
Yes.
So your clients, trust their assets and the relationship they have with you, and you trust in terms of the platform, the technology platform. And we invested a lot of time and effort and money and resources into having the most secure and trusted platform. In the world of AI, it's even more important, right? The information we sit on, the processes we run on, how we're surfacing information, it goes all the way through. And so we invest a lot of time and effort to be a truly trusted enterprise technology solution.
Huge.
And I think that has the net effect of the trust that again the clients instill in your advisors as well. And it's incredibly important at your size and scale to go with the technology platform that has that strength and security. It's very important, and we invest a lot in it.
And hugely important to you.
Of course, our clients don't choose us because of the AI
Yeah.
algorithms that we're using behind the scenes. They build it. They choose us because of the trust that they have with the advisors that they're working with and the offerings we're providing to them. So
But the protection of their data.
absolutely,
The whole,
security and data governance and having
Absolutely
all of those components in place was absolutely key for us. And again, that's where the partnership with Nevis has been key. They've built a platform that is secure from the ground up.
As you're aware, we're facing one of the largest intergenerational transfers of wealth, probably a $70 trillion that's going to transfer from one generation to the next. Talk a little bit about how you're thinking about AI in the context of serving different needs and different generations of clients. Phil, let's start with you first.
Sure. Well, the right platform is going to be a hybrid. It's going to be able to balance between both the needs and the desires of the older generation, but being able to service the more digitally native experience that younger generations are looking for also. The organisations that are going to be successful, particularly in this ultra high net worth space, are going to be those that can definitely service the needs of both of those clients. And while again that transfer is occurring, our older generation and the expectations they have of the platforms are not going away, and the right platform is going to service both.
How do you think about that, Mark?
Yeah, I believe generations both old and new will always want a human advisor at the center of the relationship. The question is, can AI power that advisor and allow them to better serve their existing clients? And we think absolutely yes. And so, first and foremost, I think the human advisor will always play that incredible role. And I think younger generations will still seek that human-led advice. Where I do think AI can help is things like personalization, being able to actually provide even better, higher quality output, as AI can help streamline a lot of the work around that. And so I actually think clients will be net benefit from all of this. They will have higher touch points, actually maybe even more strong relationship with their advisors, and the advisor will be offering more services. And so I think clients will benefit. I think also as well, though, younger generation does expect a level of, higher touch quality, user experience, digital experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's what we maybe have grown up with now in my generation, and how we might do like mobile banking or these types of things. And I think that it will be this combination of great technology, but also fantastic high touch, service on the advisor side. And platforms like Nevis can help enable that for advisors to provide.
So it has multiple forms of application depending upon who you are and how you want to use it, right? So it has that capability to be flexible.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So how does the role of advisor change in an AI native world? And what defines a great advisor in this huge technological transformation in our industry and across the world? Phil, let's start with you first.
Sure. Well, I mean, advisors and in our client base, it's built completely on trust. The relationships are all built on trust. So any platform that they are using needs to amplify and support that, not replace that. And that's the key message, is that our advisors are using AI to supplement and enhance what they're doing, not in any way replace who they are and that key relationship that they have. AI removes friction. It speeds things up. It makes things more effective and more efficient, but there is no way that AI will ever replace that human touch and the experience, the relationship that they will have. Learning how to read a room and really pick up on the nuances in maybe some of the conversations, the relationships that are going on. But ultimately, AI can't replace establishing what the purpose is.
Absolutely.
And what the reason is for a family wanting to invest and actually partner with a wealth management firm. And that's that really key function that the advisor will always have, is really establishing and constantly bringing back things to the purpose of why we're there to serve them in the first place.
And that is, of course, what I think we do so well in helping clients understand the purpose of the wealth, the grander vision of what they're trying to achieve. This is the bread and butter of a complex, ultra high net worth family. So that's really powerful. Advisors
want to be spending maximum amount of time with their clients. And what platforms like Nevis can do is help enable that. And so if you look at, again, the day-to-day of an advisor, a lot of it is actually the kind of work in and around the relationship with clients. And so whether that is, again, meeting prep, the follow-up, building presentations, actually doing more services for clients on task management, these types of things. AI can help really streamline a lot of that. And so the changing role of the advisor is that they should be spending more time with clients, right? As a result of that, that is great for advisors. That's also great for their clients.
Great for clients
and
as
so,
well.
We want to be helping and enable that and helping really bring that forward.
So looking ahead, what's going to differentiate the leading firms, which AlTi wants to be, from those that are left behind? Maybe we start with you, Phil, first.
Sure. Well, I'd say AlTi already is there, Nancy. And I think the leading firms, like AlTi, are those who are going to find the right combination of technical innovation and technology leadership with human judgment and bringing the two of those things together to make sure that you've got the right blend there, always keeping humans still front and center. The right organisations and the ones that are going to be leading the charge here are those that have embedded governance and trust and security right from the outset of their implementations of artificial intelligence, not those who are bolting it on as an afterthought.
That's great. Yeah, Mark.
We're going to go through the largest transition in the next 5 to 10 years for wealth management, and it's firms that are going to adopt AI technology that are going to be leading the charge over that next decade,
yes,
versus ones that are kind of doing it in the margin,
yes,
are the ones that really going to be left behind, right? And it's firms like AlTi who have invested in enterprise AI platforms like Nevis, which are much deeper in terms of their technology capabilities, but also have the kind of trust, security, privacy perspective, which matches your governance and trust aspect that you mentioned there. An enterprise solution for enterprise firms, that is actually what's going to deliver value.
So this has been incredible to watch the partnership between our two firms. So thank you really for shedding light on it. Looking forward to seeing the development. Thank you, Mark, for your incredible dedication to AlTi, and Phil for finding Nevis and getting AlTi at the forefront of AI. Any comments that you'd want to make in closing?
We're just incredibly excited to be partnering with AlTi, and the value that we can deliver and have been delivering is exceptional. And we're just excited to be transforming this industry together, and being at the forefront of that with AlTi has been a real privilege. So it's been great.
Mark said it too well. It's been a real privilege, and very, very excited to see how this takes us along and transforms both AlTi as a leading ultra high net worth organisation, but really transforming the entire wealth management industry. So it's been a very exciting ride, and really we're just getting started.